Good morning. Welcome to what one of my days look like. 7 weeks out. Let's go. So today I'm going to take you through exactly what I eat 7 weeks out. 7 weeks, that's it. Then it's donuts and ice cream, candy and unicorns, all the good stuff. But 7 weeks of work. That's all we got left. Not too bad, not too bad. So what we're seeing here, it is now 3:30 in the morning. This is a typical wake up day for me. I'm gonna show you what I kind of do here with my coach's check-in. So 2 days a week, do pictures for my coach, and then we adjust things based on the way the physique's coming in. So we don't really pay attention to weight so much, so I don't even weigh myself a lot. Here and there, sure, but you know, this is a physique show. We're getting on stage based on our looks, not our weight. So that is what we base our progress off of. That's what we base any adjustments or anything like that off of. So let me just put my camera in timer. So I have to take pictures, you know? There's usually 4 different poses that we do. And they just sort of allow us to, just doing the same poses week by week allows you to see exactly where you're making changes, where you're not, and how good we're coming along, if we're coming along. Or sometimes we're not. And then when we're not, put in more work, right? That's just what we gotta do. So. And it starts out a little bit weird, you know, this posing stuff, all of these things like this. You start out super weird, you feel weird when you're doing them. But like anything else, then it just becomes normal and you become that dude posing in your bedroom. What am I gonna do? Let's get to the gym. Now, before we lift, we eat. That's what we have to do. So here I have 166 grams of chicken, 80 grams of white jasmine rice, and then I just fill the rest up with green beans. I haven't been tracking green beans or any sort of vegetable. Green beans are what we use. Just keeps the bloating down, keeps the gas down. Broccoli, cauliflower, things like that tend to bloat certain people up. I mean, even oatmeal for me kind of bloats me up, makes me gassy. In dieting, regular life, not so much. I mean, regular life, pack down a dozen donuts and we're all right. But we're bringing back these car vibes, you know? Gonna get those videos going again. Cheat days are coming back hard after this. So this is gonna be a pre-workout. It is now 4 a.m. in the morning, and this is what we do. You know, we're out here getting it. This is the work that we're putting in. This is the discipline that we're building. This is what it's all about. This is what puts a smile on my face, because I know I'm getting better, right? I'm getting better each and every day. I'm strengthening not only body and that kind of muscle, but your mind muscle, your discipline muscle, doing shit you don't want to do. Mornings are the best time here. They just are. There's nobody in here. Do whatever we want. We can walk around shirtless, for Christ's sakes. It's great. But like always, or like starting last week, I guess I should say, posing after every session. Something we gotta get better at, something we gotta do, something that's really going to set us apart from the competition, especially being our first competition. That's what I'm assuming. Again, don't know, have no freaking clue. But that's the greatest part, right? You don't have a clue, so there's no expectations.
So whatever we do, we do. But I want to bring the best. I want to bring the best that I can. And that means practice. So if I get there and I don't know how to pose, I'm shit out of luck. I'm just dead in the water. No, it doesn't matter what kind of package I bring. So all that dieting, everything is for nothing. Because this is a subjective sport. Depends on what the judges see that day. Everybody else could see something different. Doesn't matter. So let's get better. That's what we're doing. Smiles, smiles. Off stage. Coming up. Set. That's round one. Round one. We got 5 more rounds to go. Not gonna subject you guys to that. This is meal number 2, post-workout. We have 24 grams of rice and grinds. So this cereal here, I don't do oatmeal. Oatmeal, I know we've talked about it before, oatmeal bloats me up. And then it just, I don't know, you just don't get a good reading on what your physique is doing if you're bloated. Makes sense, right? 100 grams of blueberries. And then we have here 350 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, and then I just throw spinach, peppers, squash, and mushrooms in there just to kind of vitamin it up, you know? We're trying to get that vitamin K from the spinach, we're trying to get vitamin A and E from the peppers. Squash is just good for you. These are all things that are great in your diet that I wouldn't eat by itself. When I can't eat these things by itself, I'm not gonna have a pepper by itself. I'm not gonna eat squash by itself, or even on anything. But if it's cooked in something, I'll eat it. So that's one of those, making a better choice. May not be the best, maybe eating it raw is better, or the best choice. I don't know. But it's definitely better than not eating it at all, right? So that's what I do. We put it right in there. And then I use some salsa for flavor. You know, you're adding 10, 15 calories maybe. 10-minute walk. You burn through that no problem. It doesn't affect anything. And it gives you taste. It makes this thing taste good. So if it tastes good, you look forward to it. This is one of those meals that I really look forward to, especially the brown sugar and cinnamon. I'm a cinnamon fan. I'm a brown sugar fan. Love that. The rice and grinds are a great addition to the diet, especially because my carbohydrate of choice is rice, right? So oatmeal, I think that's kind of why oatmeal kind of digests differently too, because I'm so used to functioning on rice that oatmeal is just a different type of carbohydrate and maybe digests a little bit differently in my system. And then fruit is never going to hurt you in the right quantities. We can't just go crazy with it, but we can have fun with it. So that is post-workout. This is meal number 2, one of my favorite for the day. But I say that, and yet the next meal is something I look forward to as well.
So meal number 3 is gonna be our 180 grams of ground beef and 100 grams of sweet potatoes. As we can see here, I put a little bit of barbecue sauce in there, a little G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce just to taste it up. Been doing it this whole exact time, still leaning down. Gives it a little bit of flavor, right? So these meals can get boring. You know, it's chicken and rice, beef and sweet potatoes, eggs, like those types of things. I'm trying to add flavor where I can, right? So adding in sauces and condiments, things like that, really, really, really helps that. Don't be scared of that. There are times coming in the next couple of weeks where we will eliminate that. But you see the progress that we've done for months now with those things. And it kind of changes up the game, you know? Like this, I've been eating the same stuff for 2 months. 2 months! 2 months! But putting hot sauce on things, putting this barbecue sauce on things, salsa, things like that that are low calorie sauces, it kind of changes the flavor of the meal and makes you kind of think like you're eating a different meal. We're confusing ourselves, and I love being confused. So this is gonna be meal 3. Meal 4, I'm not gonna waste your time here. Meal 4 is gonna be another chicken and rice meal just like this morning. And then meal 5 is gonna be this again. Now, some people can't handle ground beef as they're leaning out, or even every single day, especially twice a day. This is something that I've developed over time from doing keto, then doing a little bit of carnivore, things like that. I know my body reacts very well with meat, with beef, things like that. So if that's the case, those are the types of things, those are the types of times that you might have to do tilapia, you might have to do salmon, you might have to do like just as a different, or all chicken. Or you might have to do a couple of chicken meals and egg meals, like things like that. These are, you have to play around with it. You have to experiment with yourself. You know, there are 1,000 different ways to do this, but there's probably a couple of optimal ways for you to do it for yourself. And we're all so different. So experiment, get out there, put the time in. You know, we're talking about, you know, what, 3, 5, 7 years or something like that of doing different stuff. And the last 2 years have been really about experimentation with those huge cheat days that you see on this channel in earlier videos. You know, I never thought that would work. Never. Did I get a little fluffy? Yes. Did I expect to get huge? I did. I really, really did. I expected to get huge after 8 weeks, and we did 16 weeks of that. So a lot of different things have switched in my brain from doing those experiments. It's not just about what somebody says, right? This person says sugar's bad for you, it slows you down, does this, that, the other thing. Well, let me see if it's bad for me. Let me see if it slows me down. It may not. You know, 15,000 calories once a week didn't slow me down at all. And then 4 weeks of clean eating, and I was right back to where I was. And I never went over that weight that I'm normally at anyway. So it was incredible. But that's for a different video. That's gonna do it for today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one.